to Batch Cooking Club's live weekly cooking class. I am Stephanie Dreyer, the founder of Batch Cooking Club and a plant-based meal planning expert. We are making our buffalo chickpea salad this morning. Super excited to be sharing this recipe with you. It is perfect for the Super Bowl that's coming up, to serving to vegans and non-vegans alike. I've also served it in mason jars and done mason jar salads. Lots of different ways we can use this recipe, and I'll share in a second. But before we get started, I want to give a shout out to anyone who's watching live, to our members. We appreciate you so much. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in there. And if you are watching, go ahead and let us know that you're there. Drop an emoji, say hello, tell us where you're tuning in from. I love to see all over where people are tuning in from England to Washington to New Jersey to New York. I'm here in California, and I love how cooking can just unify and unite all of us. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump right in unless we have any questions. All right, so we batch cook 4 to 6 things every week in my membership. This is one of the recipes, and then we turn them into meals the following week. So I just mentioned, we're making a batch of this. Our members are making a batch of this chickpea salad, and then they're gonna serve it in chickpea salad rolls for dinner the following week. This recipe could not be any simpler, and it's kind of my take on a buffalo chicken wing, but with chickpeas and turning it into salad. If you're vegan or plant-based, everyone loves a good chickpea salad, right? It's like our twist on tuna salad or chicken salad. So I've kind of changed this up a little bit by bringing in the flavors of buffalo wings, and I love ranch with my buffalo wings, so I've got some homemade creamy vegan ranch. This is another recipe that is on our batch list for this weekend that will go into here. But you can also just use any store-bought vegan ranch. My favorite, and they're not paying me to say this, is Follow Your Heart. They have, all their products are delicious, their dressings especially. So if you don't want to make this from scratch, although I highly recommend you head over to batchcookingclub.com/blog and search vegan ranch dressing and get this recipe, because it's super easy and so delicious. I always double batch it when I make it because it's so good. Okay, so you've got your ranch, we've got some buffalo sauce, and I'm just using any, you want to make sure it's vegan. I think most buffalo sauces are. I'm like looking at this, there's nothing that would ever be non-vegan here, but you got to check. Like Worcestershire, for example, they put fish and stuff in there. So I'm just using a regular wing sauce, and I will post the full recipe, the link to that after the class, so don't stress if you're taking notes. I'll share that with all of you. And then, of course, you need a can of chickpeas, and these are drained and rinsed. I've got some fresh black pepper I'm gonna grind, and I have some sea salt. And then, when I was creating this recipe, I was thinking about, what do I love to dunk in when I have chicken wings, faux chicken wings, and my ranch dressing, what do I love to dunk in the ranch? And for me, that's celery and that's carrots. So I've shredded 1 carrot here and cut up 2 stalks of celery for some crunch, and also veggie power, obviously. So that is simply all you need for this recipe. So we're just going to layer all of the ingredients into this bowl, and we're gonna have fun mashing. And if you've got little kids in the house, this is a fun recipe to do with them, because you can let them be the mashers. I love to get the whole family involved when I'm cooking, especially meal prepping. So my goal with Batch Cooking Club is to take the thinking out of dinner. So I want you to plan once, do your prep once, and then you can show up every day for dinner and get dinner on the table in less than 30 minutes without having to think about it. And I want it to be fun, I want it to be pleasurable, and so recipes like this really allow the whole family to get involved, and I highly encourage you. My goal with Batch Cooking, and so we want to take the help where we need it the most. So here at Batch Cooking Club, we give you 4 dinner recipes, and then we give you 4 to 6 other recipes to meal prep on the weekend, like this one, that will speed up dinner prep the following week. And sometimes we give you a full recipe. So like the other recipes this week, we have a roasted vegetable lentil soup that's yummy. So that's already, when you prep that, that's done and ready to go. we're doing a vegan herb risotto, which is also, when you batch that on the weekend, that is done for the week, and you just have to reheat it. And we also have an herb vegan frittata. That's what's on our menu for next week. Do we have a question?
Yes, we do. Where can I find recipe for demo today? And I apologize for the first name. I'll spell it Jyotsana.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know. I don't want to butcher it, but I'm gonna call you Jay. And I wish if you want to tell me how to phonetically pronounce it, I would love to say your name. Thank you for the question. Beautiful question. After the live, I post a link to the recipe. So tune in. Give me like an hour or two and just check back, and I'll have a link, and it goes directly to my YouTube, and it gives the full recipe. I can't do it while I'm talking, obviously. Hopefully that helps you. Was there another part to that question? I'm gonna put about a quarter a cup. Let me just tell you real quick. It's a quarter cup of the buffalo sauce, and it's a quarter cup of the ranch dressing. You can do more dressing if you want to. Okay, so I'm just gonna mix this up. Oh, we need a little salt and pepper. See, this is really easy, and I'm gonna show you why it's so fun with the kids. So I was saying about the recipes. Those are that's the menu for this week. The herb frittata, the herb vegan frittata, garlic herb risotto, this buffalo chickpea salad rolls, and the roasted vegetable lentil soup. And what we do is we're batch cooking an herb garlic sauce, a garlic herb sauce. We're batch cooking this. We're batch cooking the soup, and then we're doing the dressing. And I think that's it. I think we only have 4 recipes we're batch cooking this week. I'm going off of memory. And what was I going to say? We typically include one recipe that we make a big batch of on the weekend, and we turn into 2 different meals. So you get more bang for your batch. This is what I love about what I do is, again, taking the thinking out of it and getting creative with different meals, because I know everyone hates leftovers, or at least in my family, I hear that all the time. I don't like eating the same thing over and over. So here's a way to mash it. The goal here is to break down the consistency of the chickpeas so they're slightly mashed, and you can leave some whole chickpeas. That's really a personal preference of how mashy, is that an adjective? How mashy you actually want your chickpea salad. All right, do we have any other questions?
We have a hi from Tammy and a hi from Gail.
Hi Tammy, hi Gail. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you'll try this recipe. As I was saying earlier, Super Bowl Sunday is coming up, and this is oh my gosh, smells so good. You know what, you guys, I'm gonna put more ranch in there, because you know why? I just love my ranch. I can tell, I'm like, I want it creamier. This is great because if you're going okay, so for any vegans out there, plant-based people who live my plight, where you're the only plant-based veg person in your social circle, this is a great recipe to bring, because it has all the flavors of a traditional buffalo wing, but it's healthier, obviously, and you've got no meat in it. And I'm going to show you, I mentioned, I have some rolls here. I'm going to show you how I would serve them. I would bring this and serve them, and it's like it's a fun tailgate. I know we're not really doing parties right now, but it's a fun, when we can do that again and do like Super Bowl parties, this is a fun thing to serve. So I'm just going to use, this is my tool of choice. I love the potato masher. And see, how fun would this be for kids? You just let them go. I'm just mashing, and I'll just keep doing this. I like some whole chickpeas, so I don't go all crazy, but again, you're just slightly breaking down the consistency. And I'm going to show you what that looks like. I'm going to keep going here. So I mentioned you can put them in rolls, you can put them in salad jars, like Mason salad jars, you could put them in pitas, you could put them in wraps. You could even make this a dip and serve it with chips. Serve it as a chip dip. A chip dip, does that make sense? Or pita, you could do pita wedges. Anyways, you can tell I really love this recipe. Okay, any questions as I'm doing this? Okay, great. So I did want to do one last plug. We launched our meal prep magic challenge on Monday. Today is the last day of the challenge. So if you're interested in what that's about, you can go to meal prep, no, not meal prep magic. You can go to batchcookingclub.com/challenge. Sorry guys, I'm having brain freeze. batchcookingclub.com/magic. And you can download the free workbook. And basically what I did is over the 4 days, I'm taking you through my 5-step proven system for planning and creating a meal prep routine that works for you, not against you. And it's the routine, it's the system that my members use in the weekly plans that I give them. It's the same system that I use myself. It's the actual system that I use with my family. I know it works. I've seen it work with my family, with my members. So if you're interested in that, again, you can go to batchcookingclub.com/magic, and all the replays are posted over at Veegmama on Instagram. That's my personal account, and you can watch them at your convenience and get all the tips. I'm sharing so many different things, from strategies for setting up your routine, but also meal ideas and recipes for whatever amount of time you have to cook during the week. So I hope you'll check that out. And what else did I want to tell you? I think that's it for right now. I have a really fun surprises I'm going to be announcing next week because it's our anniversary. We launched a year ago this week, believe it or not. So we're going to be celebrating big next week with a month-long giveaway. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you're following us at Batch Cooking Club on Facebook and Instagram. And I'm so excited to share that with you. Okay, so as you can see here, if you want a little zoom in, I've broken it down a little bit, but I also have some whole chickpeas in there. See that? Okay, and what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take my salad rolls, and so what I would do, I don't have the exact recipe in front of me that I gave my members this week, but you could put a little bit of ranch on the roll, then put some lettuce leaves. You could put, however you like your rolls. Some crisp romaine would be lovely. And then you're just gonna spoon in your salad as much as you want. I'm going big with the salad. What do you guys think? Who's hungry? I want to go for a bite. It's only 10:30, but I want to go for a bite. So those are our chickpea salad rolls. Any questions? I hope you guys will try this. I mean, who would turn this away at a Super Bowl party? Even your most discriminating or skeptical carnivores are going to be like, ooh, that smells good. That looks good. Serve it with some nice crunchy potato chips. And yes, sign me up for Super Bowl Sunday. I'm not a big football person, but I would if I was serving these. I show up for food, not for the game. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Again, come join us the last day of the challenge. We're going live this afternoon at 4:30 at Veegmama on Instagram. You can get the workbook at batchcookingclub.com/magic. If you want to learn more about Batch Cooking Club, come visit us at batchcookingclub.com. Send me a DM here at Batch Cooking Club on Facebook or Instagram, or connect with me at my personal Instagram, Veegmama, where I share lots of stuff about my own family and meal planning tips, both here on Facebook as well as on Instagram. And if you are interested and want to learn more about this week's menu, you can head over to batchcookingclub.com/this-week. We always post the menu for the week, and I will drop the link to this recipe in just a few minutes after we end the live. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, everybody. See you next week.